Texas is suing Shein. It's February 20th, 2026, and these are your headlines. I'm Sydney Henry, filling in for Brandon Waltons, who's off today. Attorney General Ken Paxton is taking on global fast fashion giant Shein, accusing the company of poisoning consumers and putting Texans' data at risk. He says Shein's cheap clothes, toys, and kids' products are silent carriers of poison, loaded with toxic chemicals and heavy metals that threaten families' health. At the same time, Paxton warns that Shein's online platform acts like a data siphon, exposing Americans' personal information to the Chinese Communist Party. The lawsuit, filed under Texas's Deceptive Trade Practices Act, accuses Shein of hiding safety risks, lying about product safety, and misleading customers about how their data is used. Paxton is seeking steep financial penalties and says Texans shouldn't have to trade their health and privacy for affordable fashion. This is the fifth lawsuit in 4 days Paxton has filed against CCP-linked companies. A Dallas County judge has declared a mistrial in a capital murder case tied to the violent Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. Jurors spent 3 full days deliberating whether Carlos Zambrano Bolivar helped orchestrate the kidnapping and murder of a 33-year-old man, but ultimately could not reach a unanimous verdict. Prosecutors say Bolivar played a key role in the plot, staying on the phone with a suspected gang leader as the man was abducted from a Dallas apartment complex and later shot in Farmers Branch. Bolivar is one of 4 men, all in the country illegally, who have been charged for the crime. Defense attorneys argued Bolivar was himself a victim of sex trafficking who acted under duress, saying fear for his own life and his family's safety drove his actions. Bolivar had previously rejected a plea deal of 50 years in prison, and now the case is headed for a retrial with a new jury later this year.
Real Texan.
I hope you'll sit down with Texas Scorecard every Sunday as we visit with real Texans who are doing real things to make the Lone Star State shine even brighter. We're going to be talking to activists and politicians, but we're also going to be talking with men and women who are shaping business in Texas and driving for a better culture.
Trustees in 2 scandal-plagued North Texas school districts, Salina and Prosper ISDs, have quietly dropped their bids for re-election ahead of the May school board elections. In Salina, longtime board president Jeff Gravely withdrew from the race after 15 years on the board and amid ongoing fallout from a sex abuse scandal involving locker room recordings of middle school boys. Parents have been calling for Gravely and other officials to step down, and now voters will choose between Cameron Riggs and Vicky Hogue for his Place 3 seat. In Prosper ISD, first-term trustee Tommy Van Wolf also pulled out, effectively handing the Place 5 seat to challenger Kiwi Authors, a parent and school construction businessman. 3 candidates are vying for Place 2, including incumbent Dina Dixon, parent Kevin McMahon, who recently settled a personal injury lawsuit with the district, and Alan Rowntree, a dad who challenged the district over unsafe bus routes after a notorious abuse scandal tied to a Rucker Elementary bus driver who molested 2 little girls for nearly a year. Voters in both Salina and Prosper will head to the polls on May 2nd. For more of today's stories, go to TexasScorecard.com.